I recently picked up Planet Coaster, a theme park tycoon game currently in beta on Steam but due to come out very soon. It's made by Frontier Development, who've also made Elite Dangerous, the space exploration game, and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, another theme park tycoon game. I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while now, as I've seen alpha gameplay by various YouTubers and various players, and it looks incredible. This can be played as a generic tycoon game, of course, building your park, managing it, watching the needs of the public, and making as much money and many people happy as you can. But the thing that sets this aside from any other game out there on the market in the theme park tycoon genre is its design and customization features, which are highly in-depth and freeing. I think they're the best I've seen in a long time, and I have some positives and negatives to explain why. So firstly, the positives. All the positives can be summed up under the heading of there are very few, if any, limits. You make this park however way you want it. You theme it however way you want, whether it's Western, Space Age, Modern, Nautical, or Fantasy themed. The coasters, rides, drink, food, toilet, ATM, all those layouts are up to you, including the path layout as well. You can then dress them up in whatever facade you want to put over it, whether it's a drink stand dressed up as a saloon. It's up to your imagination. So the next positive I want to talk about, which is odd considering I'm talking about how much I love the design and customization features, is the fact that you don't actually have to do any design and customization. There are many preloaded blueprints of many themes and styles already in the game, which allow you to whack them down quickly while still suiting the theme of your park. For me, this is great, and for many this is great. Now I know some people like doing the hours and hours of design and customization, but sometimes I'm just not up for sitting down staring at one building for 6 hours and it only being a toilet that goes in one part of my park and is only used once. This is a massive positive for me. Another positive to note is that, and I know I've talked a lot about how you design buildings and customize them, but also the coasters and rides are entirely customizable. You can build coasters from the ground up. Rides, not so much as they're presets, but the coasters is so in-depth and unique and takes hours to master that you won't really pay attention to the fact that you can't customize your rides entirely. The coasters, you can put loops in where you want as long as it obeys the momentum laws in the game, as well as turns, the entrance, the exits, the lot. You can furthermore build buildings around them that appropriately suit your theme, as well as changing the colour scheme to suit your needs. The last big positive I'm going to talk about is the interface and the menus. I find them simplistic and easy to use and quite user friendly. As you can see in the bottom, there's different tabs, each divided into different categories. Within these categories, there are subcategories which further help you find things, and there are a lot of items in the game, especially in the building section, so these subcategories come in handy, as well as the search bar in the top right, which allows you to search directly for the thing you need if you know what it is. I know it seems like I'm making out this game to be flawless, but there are some faults in the design and customization features. The main one being there's very little guidance. There's no built-in tutorial which tells you how to rotate items, shift items on the Y-axis or the X-axis, or the Z-axis, or align to surface, or how to place them in certain spots at certain angles. There is a section in the main menu that says video tutorials coming soon, and hopefully in the future they'll address that with these video tutorials. But for me, this is too big a drawback to ignore. One thing that frustrates me endlessly in this game is how finicky the controls are at times. Getting that piece on that building in just the right spot at just the right rotation so that it aligns with another piece on the building is frustrating. I don't want to spend thousands of hours getting this one little building right when I could spend time perfecting my coaster building skills and such. It's just a little thing, but it's something that would annoy me and I'm sure would annoy other players. The last fault I have to point out to you is that it's hard to make a good coaster or park without the guidance a tutorial will provide. As I mentioned earlier, the coaster system runs off momentum, which means you cannot get around a loop if you don't have enough speed. There are chain tracks and booster tracks to allow this to happen, but they are not pointed out to you. Hopefully this will be rectified when their video tutorials come out. To sum up, overall I think the design features in this game are really good. I talked about the lack of limits and the ability to build what you want, and I hope that would sway you into buying this game. However, by talking about the lack of guidance, I hope I've made sure you realise that you will have to put a lot of hours in this game to actually get what you want out of it. Thank you for watching.